Hey guys, welcome back to ArtosisCasts. Today we're taking a look at a Zerg vs Protoss, since we just did 2 long matches that did not have that matchup. We have down here in the bottom right, none other than Shine, one of the most creative players, if not the most creative player on Earth, going up against Paralyze here in the top left, which we have casted a lot of Paralyze games lately. But seriously, he is looking so strong. Totally dismantled Scan in that series that they played. And I'm looking forward to seeing some more of his Protoss vs Zerg. You know, thinking back to some of his Protoss vs Zerg that we've seen before, he's been very, very strong as far as holding off like Hydra pushes and things like that well. But he's playing against someone that's very good at disguising what he's doing here. So I'm definitely interested to see what Paralyze is going to be able to do as far as staying alive here against Shine. So, yeah. Anyways, hope you guys are enjoying ArtosisCasts. Hope you enjoyed some of those series that we put out. When I say we, I guess that's a royal we there. It's only me working on this channel that I put out before. Yeah, those were really, really fun, but just going to get back into some ladder games for a little bit as well. I don't want to drown out just watching what, like, the super current meta is. I always do enjoy that quite a bit. We are here on Polestar. And it is, of course, a gateway expansion that we're looking at here. Basically, when you see the pylon made and then the probe go back, it's always gateway. If it's going to be forged, they send the scout out right away because you need to know your cannon timing. So, just a little trick for you, so that every time that you see that, you can kind of be like, oh yeah, no, I know what this is going to be. Okay, so, yeah, well, we kind of wait for the Zealots to get out and start to push against this hatchery first play from Shine. Yeah, I already kind of thank you guys for checking out ArtosisCasts, but do make sure that you leave a comment, like it, subscribe, all that great stuff. Really does help the channel quite a bit, and I love to see it grow. You know, we're getting super close at this point to like 60,000 people subscribed, which is absolutely amazing in 2025 for a game released in, what was it, 1998? Feels fantastic. And I think that Brood War is only going to grow. And I really think that Brood War is going to grow. If you look at how like new RTSs are doing, it's not well is the answer. And in fact, it seems like Brood War is very likely to just kind of suck up a lot of people that are interested in this type of game, because it's like, well, this is the best and no one seems to be able to make anything up to this level. So yeah, I'm very optimistic about the future here. Okay, the game definitely starting to warm up a little bit. Shine has made his 3rd hatchery. You can see his natural has finished. Looking down here, his first Zerglings are coming out, and Paralyze very smartly, kind of running back and forth a little bit. Does get a nice hit there. Ooh, I don't think he'll get a kill here. He's going to need 3 hits, so I don't think it's doable. Yeah, he doesn't even really try there with the probe. But going to very smartly pull his Zealots back, as quite a few Lings are being sent across the map. 8 have been made. Well, a few more than that now. But 7 sent across the map to make sure that Paralyze is not going to be too greedy here. And we'll see if he actually sends one. Okay, he's just going to try to block all the entrances here. Probably just throw like a forge down, is my guess. Yeah, no forge up there or anything. And there it is. So this is a very, very solid and sturdy defense here against Shine. But Shine knows exactly how to get in here and get those surrounds off. So does kill off 1 Zealot very, very quickly. There are only 2 holes in this wall, so he does have to be careful about not walking too far away. Ooh! Shine almost gets in and blocks that Zealot from running back. So really, really nice micro. And you can see really heavy micro on both sides here. You know, you're trying to push those Lings back and not let them get so many free hits on the gateway, because once the gateway breaks, you might end up dying. Now, he doesn't know if there's a ton of Zerglings to be made. We can tell from the production tab and everything that that is not occurring. But yeah, that's like right now with the Zealots coming out to fight, he is going to clear off most of the Lings. The gateway doesn't die. Overall, don't think that was actually that good for Shine. Didn't really kill very much. Gateway's injured. You know, you never know. He might break through that later, and that'll help him out. The health he took off of that, but the likelihood of that I find to be pretty low overall. He does start Zergling speed, kind of a late Zergling speed here, and no layer. Quite a few drones being made. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Ah, Hydralis Den. And he does have 3 more drones coming. So this Wow, really not what I expected. Okay, so here's my take on this. I'm pretty sure I understand what Shine is doing. So he's actually droning up to the appropriate number of drones, and in fact, even a little higher than that than what you want for a Hydralisk Rush. And he's getting Zergling speed, and there's nothing in the base to see, you know, like that he doesn't have a layer. So what I'm looking at here is if you see that it's just a Zergling-based defense, and, you know, if you're sending, like, Zealots over, for instance, you're not going to be able to check out every hatch. Like, you might see this one, you might see this one, you'll say, oh, okay, 7. Oh, 8. Well, that's not a Hydra Rush. You know, there would be 3 here. And there will be Speedlings out. So you'll be like, okay, well, you know, maybe this is just like a Spire. That's what I would end up guessing. You know, if you just showed me that information, I'd be like, yeah, it looks like this is probably a Spire build. You know, he's utilizing Zergling speed for defense. So I feel like Shine, it's really interesting the way that he's doing it. Oh my God. Yeah, he doesn't quite save that. He tries. But he's definitely making it look like this is some sort of normal Spire play. And of course, you won't know what it is until the Corsair goes across. Now, the thing is, it's not exactly a 3-hatch Hydra all-in. He's up by about 6 drones above where you're supposed to be for a Hydra all-in. Obviously, he's very late. Normally, your Hydras would actually already be making and starting to walk across the map. And he does have a 4th hatchery making at a 4th base location. So just a very different type of position than we normally see. Very different looking game, and in fact starts a macro hatchery as well. Really, really weird looking right now. 5 hatcheries, no layer, Hydra speed, Zergling speed, plenty of drones. Not super plenty of drones, but you know, more drones than we normally see from all-ins. He actually does a lot of damage to that Corsair, and we'll see. You're going to have to throw down some cannons, but this is not enough really to break through this many Zealots and the cannons as well. Citadel, by the way, not done yet, so Zealot legs are really, really far off. The Gateway, I think, is obviously a prime target since it's already very, very low here. But are you making a lot more Hydras? I guess is, you know, one of the big questions. Oh my God, he's going to get that Corsair. Ooh, a little bit sloppy there from Paralyze. Definitely he's been tricked a little bit. He does get his +1 finished, which is really, really important before that dies. Look at the amount of cannons that he has been forced into making. 5 additional cannons as these Hydras came across the map. And Shine is just droning. Like, this is a fake Hydra Rush. His range finishes up. He's going to be able to get this pylon now. So just picking up a little bit more damage while he continues to drone. He's getting his layer now. He's getting an evolution chamber. Dude, this looks so hard to play against. You know, this is the type of thing where you're like, well, I've never seen this build. Like, what are you supposed to do as Protoss here? Did he overmake cannons? That's a tricky question, isn't it? Because no more Hydras came up. 8 Hydras was the original, and there's 8 Zealots with +1, and there was like 8 Lings or so. Did you actually need... Well, he did cancel a couple cannons, but yeah, it's just... This is one of the things that's so dangerous about Shine. He really bends strategies and build orders around quite a bit. Now, additional macro hatches up here, so going up to 6 hatch, or... Wait a minute. That is, in fact, going to be 7 hatch at this point on 4 base against 2 base. If he does nothing but makes units from here, I have a hard time believing that Paralyze will be able to win this game. Like, I think there is still a window of opportunity that's coming up because he's about to have Zealot legs. He actually has a lot of Zealots out right now. He has a good amount of gateways. He's going to get a DT out, that type of thing. And Shine has been pretty darn greedy. Like, he's up to 41 drones now. But, like, his drone timings have been a little bit weird. Like, he made a lot of units a couple of times somewhat early into the game. So his macro hasn't completely hit yet. Now, here come the Zealots. The SimCity here could be kind of interesting because of eggs, but it looks like he doesn't have it greatly set up right yet. The drone's going to drill down to try to block these from killing off the Hydras. More Hydras coming up here for Shine. And he is going to be able to clear out these Zealots, it looks like. Okay, picks off all those Zealots pretty well. Those Zealots did not do the damage he was looking for. We can very confidently say that was not what he was looking to do. He definitely wanted some more damage than that. And look at his standing army at this point. It's very, very weak. He's got 4 High Templars at home, and he has 7 Zealots running out into the map. And we already saw a good 8 Zealots fall. What are the odds that these 7 Zealots do something? Like, obviously, you got to rotate around, see if you can get a few pickoffs and everything. You know, there's a lot to it. I do love that we have Maelstrom on the way, as well as a couple Dark Templars, so it does look like Paralyze is going to get into those Dark Archons and see if those are going to work against a potential switch into Mutas. There is a Spire now, so it's definitely a possibility. Okay, I mean, I think he got like maybe a couple drones there. Another little attack down here, and, you know, he's going to kill off a few Hydras. Yeah, maybe a few drones in there as well. But it's not that much damage to Shine, who's, you know, okay, well, yeah, he loses 5 drones down in this area. 6 drones? Yeah, 6 drones down in this area, but 46 against 52 still fine. The macro looking very, very strong. Third base is coming up here for Paralyze. Lots and lots of Hydras. More drones coming up to refill. A switch into Dragoons now for Paralyze, who is sending out another group of 7 Zealots. I feel like there's some sort of like limerick about 7 Zealots attacking 7 ways, killing 7 Hydras for 7 days. But we don't know exactly what these are going to end up doing, as Shine's army is across the map right now. He's bringing down his extra Hydras. Let's see. Like, I mean, if you kill these and then kill a bunch of drones while you're setting up your third, suddenly I'm going to change my opinion on who's winning this game, I think. So he does end up killing all the Hydras in there, only gets like an additional drone, and then those do get picked off. So that to me doesn't feel like it's enough. This saw the Dark Archon. So 12 Mutas are being hatched right now. This is going to be some really interesting micro, I think, that we see coming up. Are you going to try to magic box the Mutas? Are you going to try to bait with like 4 or 5 and then dive in? Do you attack with your Hydras and try to make him think, oh, there are no Mutas, and then he utilizes his Maelstrom upon the Hydras, and then you kill the High Templars with the Mutas? I'm not really entirely sure. Now, the Mutas are kind of rotating around. I don't believe he actually knows. I don't think he's seen them as of yet. He will hear as they fly over this potential 4th base location for Paralyze. So it kills that drone. He sees that. Immediately, the Dark Archon starts running up here. Let's see if he can actually catch it. Ooh, those are pretty clumped. Shine just barely staying out of that range. Only a couple photon cans up here. Obviously can clear those in a matter of seconds. This is a problem. And don't forget, he didn't kill these eggs here, so it is a little bit more janky to get up and down this ramp, as you're going to be able to see. Oh my god, I heard the Psy Storms. Look at the destruction. Many, many, many Hydras falling down. Finally, the Dark Archon gets up. Don't forget, you do need Psy Storm with the Maelstrom to kill off the Mutas. Oh. That's funny. Sees exactly where they're at, says, nope, we'll go over here and kill some more probes. Oh, man. Shine is just outmaneuvering Paralyze right now. A couple storms do go down. Unfortunately, you know, he has that Maelstrom and just hasn't been able to find any value for it as of yet. 8 Mutas attacking into that potential 4th base location. A few more Zealots rotating down towards that 4th base as well. It's hard to imagine those doing very much, though. Shine should be able to react to that pretty quickly. You know, I mean, there's obviously a lot of spells in this army, so maybe there is still potential for Paralyze to take like a really grossly cost-efficient fight. But look at what Shine has if we zoom way out here. Just look at this. Groups of Hydras absolutely everywhere. The Mutas still relatively strong. How many Psy Storms? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, well, 1 doesn't go off. There goes 1. So there's 2 Psy Storms remaining in this army. And he has, like, a lot of Dragoons. Okay, there's 1. So he has 1 Psy Storm remaining in the army, and he does have the Maelstrom. Okay, well, I mean, you got to storm that. You have to storm that. Oh, he doesn't have the energy for a storm. I guess he already cast it. I just missed it. Well, the Maelstrom was still pretty useful. Yeah, he's going to call GG. Wow. That was pretty dominant from Shine. I think he just made he made Paralyze kind of play outside of his comfort zone. This shows the type of understanding that Shine has. I feel like Shine simply won off of his brain. There wasn't anything spectacular about micro or macro or anything like that. But the way that he brought his units out at different times and timed his tech differently, you could see that Paralyze was just thrown a little bit for a loop. Like he didn't have the right timings down. When he was running out, there was just like always units ready. You know, he wasn't ready for the initial attack. Very interesting game. Really, really well played by Shine. Shocking he didn't make it into ASL this past season. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.